First things first. There's a demon in my throat. Telanthric is a liar. The engineer still hasn't gotten updated. For those of you that don't know, the engineer was supposed to get a buff this update. It didn't. He lied. Second of all, I haven't really got to use a Surfer Boy yet. I want to check out how good Surfer Boy Wonder is. But I couldn't help but notice something. His stats are very similar to, debatably, the most controversial unit in all of Toilet Tower Defense. So what better way to test that theory than by putting them up against each other? And I'll explain why the classic Cameraman is a controversial unit later in the video. But first, I have to give away a unit. I have to give away the Astro Gun Cameraman to a free viewer. Not a free viewer, but like to a viewer for... I'm gonna shut up. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty confident I made the hashtag Hopeless for president. So you see all these people that have hashtag Hopeless for president? They all get a chance of getting this unit for free. This is a lot of Hopeless for president. Oh my God. I think I just got more votes than some of the candidates this year. Hopeless for president. Hopeless for president, yeah! First person I see that has a skeleton as their profile picture, I'm gonna give it to them. If not, I'm going all the way to the bottom. There's over 1,200 comments on this video, by the way. That's not a skeleton, but the Luffy's a W. No! Let's not go gambling! Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. This person's been subscribed to me for a month. This person has for a day. Okay, you win. The day Nye. His username... I don't think I'm allowed to say that out loud. But enjoy the Astro Run Cameraman. I didn't even want it anyways. Get it out of my inventory. Bye. Oh, wait. I actually need it. I was going to use that in the video today. Oh, no. But that's not going to be the only unit that I give away for free. I will also give away another unit in the next video. And I will give you guys the secret hashtag later on in the video. And no, it's not going to just be at the end. You actually have to watch the video. And the new unit is in the shop. Oh, I messed up. Either way, Surfer Boy versus Classic Cameraman. Everyone's favorite. So head to head, they both have the same exact amount of DPS. But when you hover over them, you obviously can tell the Surfer TV Man has a lot more going on. Mainly the fact that he's a walkable unit. Which, this will be interesting to see. Does this make the unit better, or is it actually a nerf? The only reason why I could ever see a movable unit being better is because they're one of the only units that cannot get stunned in the game. Wait, I realized something. I'm not supposed to be making the video today. Oh, God. Imagine if I face revealed right now. This video is actually supposed to be recorded by Hoplas Spot. But obviously, my Roblox account manager isn't working, so today we just get me with Hoplas Spot. And plus, I know you guys like it when I do the face cam anyways. All right, let's jump into it. Bob. This feels so weird. I haven't controlled 2 accounts at once on different computers in a long time. So once again, to directly compare these 2 units, the Classic Cameraman isn't a movable unit, but it does 30,000 damage, which is Splash. Whereas the Surfer is a legendary unit that does Splash, that also does 30,000 damage per second. The one thing is with the Classic Cameraman, his immediate range when you first place him down is terrible. On top of that, his cooldown is atrocious. Whereas if you're going to place down, let's say, I don't know, the Surfer Boy, his immediate first starting range is a lot better, making him way more appealing to place down early. You know, for example, when you're about to lose. You know what? Screw it. I gave up on the second computer. It was just way too hard to focus on both at the same time. I'm going to be completely honest. So the Classic Cameraman level 1 has a tiny range, but does 5,000 damage every whack. So not necessarily a good starting unit, but a starting unit in a way. It wouldn't make my top 10. However, the Surfer TV Man is going to be doing 300 in a pretty massive explosion range already. That's the telltale difference between these 2 units when first starting out. Is that the Surfer TV Man does actually immediately start by doing that splash damage. Everything that gets sucked up into that wave takes that damage. That's so cool, actually. He's making them toilets drown! Drown toilets! Even though every time you flush, don't you kind of get drowned anyways? Well, no, because when they flush, they die. The Surfer TV Man's so smart. Why do we not use water against the toilets from the ground drowning? Here's our level 2 comparison. The Classic Cameraman gets a minus to his damage, but his cooldown gets whacked to 0.5, so he actually becomes a decent starting unit, and his range becomes 25, which is pretty decent. Whereas the Surfer is going to be doing 1,000 splash, or 5,000 damage per second, rather, while the Classic Cameraman's doing 7,000 damage per second. But once again, the Surfer TV Man only has 8 range, but a walk range of 50. So he's going to melt everything inside of his small range. I will give it to the Classic Cameraman, though. Whenever you upgrade him, he gets a new weapon every time, whereas the Surfer TV Man just gets a new cool-looking surfboard. which, don't get me wrong, is cool, but like, as far as in-game and playability factors goes, it's cooler getting, you know, different weapons, even though a slingshot's definitely a downgrade from a sword. Hey, I don't make the rules. That's why I should be on the dev team. I always say, quit drowning me, Surfer. Okay, the Surfer's losing points right now. He keeps trying to kill me. As far as level 3 stats go, the classic Cameraman gets a major upgrade. He's now doing 15,000 damage per second with a range of 40. However, he's still only attacking singly. So even after you invest a lot of money in this unit, he's still only doing that single attack damage, which doesn't make him very good in my opinion. You have to invest like 20 grand in him before he starts doing any type of splash. Whereas the Server TV Man at level 3 is going to be doing a grandiose 12,500 splash, or I guess kind of more of an AoE. He just hits everything inside of his bubble. He's drowning them. And his explosion radius gets up to 10. And at level 4 is where he's going to max out. And he gets a super dope looking surfboard with a pretty big range. And honestly, that surf cloud is moving pretty fast. So as far as upgrading and leveling up goes, the Surfer TV Man was better. However, this doesn't debate which one's better at its actual peak and in endless mode. So to settle the dispute on which one's actually better, we're going to use both and endless mode. Let's get it on. Okay, the rules are really simple. I'm going to start with the standard TV Man, the Green Laser Cameraman, and the classic. And then I'm also going to do the Surfer TV Man. So to be completely honest with you, I'm very confident that the Green Laser Cameraman is going to have to carry the classic Cameraman early on from the start without a singular doubt in my mind. We saw his absolutely terrible stats to start out with. Also, I told you guys earlier how this was going to be the most controversial unit, and it is. The reason why the classic Cameraman is the most controversial unit is going to be because they made the classic Cameraman a super easy unit to obtain. To those of you that still play Total Tower Defense on a regular basis, you guys would know that you got the classic Cameraman from the classic event, which was already a extremely highly criticized event in Roblox anyways. People did not like the event. They thought it sucked. And Roblox, the game itself, basically got a lot of flack for having another bad event after the other bad event right before it. But on top of that, that's not the only reason why the classic Cameraman is such a controversial unit. The other reason why the classic Cameraman is such a controversial unit is how good it is and how easy it was to get. You could get the classic Cameraman by finding a couple of badges in the map, beating in easy and medium mode, and then boom, you get one of the best legendary units in the game. If not the best legendary. The Server TV Man might actually be better now. Or the Clock Spider. Basically, legendary movable units are broken in this game. And for those of you that's the first time tuning into one of these videos, the way this works is I'm going to show the first 10 rounds on one unit, and then I'm going to show the next 10 rounds on the other unit. So, at wave 8, we're going to go ahead and flip on over to the Surfer TV Man, and I'll probably catch you guys back around wave 20-ish or so. It is now the Surfer TV Man's time to play, and its starting cost is about the same. It's almost identical to that of the classic Cameraman. Obviously, the only difference between these two units is going to be the fact that the Surfer does start doing its blast and range damage right away, which makes it a lot better early on, but we'll have to figure out later in the video if this is going to make a significant impact on the toilets at all. But I'll catch you guys at wave 10. Question of the day. Can the level 3 Green Laser Cameraman solo all the way through wave 11? Basically, is this unit capable of soloing the large glasses toilet by itself? I'm extremely curious, but we're not going to find out. We're going to place the classic Cameraman down now, and as you can see, once again, his starting range is terrible, so that's why we're going to upgrade him to level 2 and have him take out and help the classic Cameraman, or take down the large glasses. I can't speak! That's why I'm better off not talking sometimes! Like I said, I'll see you guys closer to wave 20. So by this point in time at wave 10, obviously there's not going to be much being different. The only thing that I really could do if I wanted to, I could place on the Server TV Man now to be viable, but we didn't on the other account, so we're just going to thug this one out, keep upgrading our standard TV Man, and basically make it so that Server TV Man can be better earlier on. And I'll catch you guys with the Server TV Man closer to about wave 20. Just kidding, the Server TV Man is going to give the Green Laser Cameraman a little bit of help here. And as you can see, the large glasses toilet goes down without much of an issue at all, and the Server TV Man is going to continue drowning all of those toilets. And I'm going to have to place my bet on which one I think is going to go farther. I actually am going to place all of my money on the server TV man going farther. If I'm wrong, instead of using a guitar on my back in my next video, I'll wear a sign that says kick me. Yep, I'll do that. All right, I'll see you guys on wave 20. Okay, we've made it to wave 20, and the classic cameraman is still not fully maxed out yet. It needs to get maxed out now and bad. Its single attack is not handling these toilets at all. Boss, if you have any chance of surviving this, you need money now. And finally, at the nick of time. And then it gets stunned. Just barely, though. The classic cameraman got just enough juice to be able to do its splash damage right at the end to actually start being effective in endless mode. I was actually really scared for the classic cameraman's sake at that point. I thought it was completely over for that unit. But now that it's fully maxed out, it's now going to be doing 30,000 damage per second of splash everywhere. And its splash range is 15, which is a pretty big splash radius, especially considering that it's going to be dealing splash with everything up here. For those of you that don't know, that's the equivalent DPS of the Chief. Yes, a godly unit. Obviously, the classic cameraman doesn't have a lot of the other bells and whistles that the Chief has, you know, like the time stop and being able to summon 50,000 HP clock spiders. However, it has the DPS of it, which is still incredibly good. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys back with the classic cameraman closer to wave 30. And coming back into it with the server TV man almost at wave 20. I have not fully maxed him out yet, but our economy is much farther along. The server TV man is much cheaper to upgrade, and it is much earlier to be effective. As you can see, this is obviously just a really strong endless unit. It reminds me of the clock spider. It actually might be just slightly better. It just really depends on that range. How does that 12 range compare to that of the clock spider? And the server TV man is now fully maxed out, and it is not needed the help from the green laser at all. And the good thing with the server TV man, you can place him down pretty generously on the map as he takes up so much of the range. The only thing that could make this guy better is if we gave him a little bit of slowing. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Don't you think you would move slower if you were suffocating in a giant wave? Either way, I'll catch you guys with the surfer closer to wave 30. So wave 30 just started, and I have just now fully maxed out 3 classic cameramen. Let's see how they do against the Flying Dual Buzzsaw toilet. So it looks like the Flying Dual Buzzsaw got melted pretty fast. It got about this far down the track. But once again, we only have 3 of the classic cameraman like placed down right now, and we still have 12 more that we can place with 3 on top once we sell our Santa TV man. I have a strong feeling that we are going to be here for quite some time. All right, I'll check you guys out once we get closer to about wave 40, or if we have any struggles before that. Coming to success close to wave 30, we have 4 fully maxed out Surfer TV men. And these guys give me the same problem that the clock spiders do. They're hard to kind of place down because they move around the map so much. You can find the best place on the map to place them, but then one of them gets activated and then you can't end up placing it down. Regardless of that, you guys watch that buzzsaw get absolutely drowned out. That and the Santa TV man, as minimal difference as it seems, to fully upgrade it, it's so much faster. Because the server TV man only has 4 levels, where I think the classic had, was it 5? Even if it is 5, the surfer just goes up in levels way quicker. We're gonna have this map fully mapped out and maxed out in surfers in no time. Pretty soon we're gonna turn the toilet fortress into the toilet under the water fortress. Get it? Because I'm gonna flood it. Going into wave 40, we have 6 fully maxed out classic cameraman, but 7 placed down. I wonder if the Surfer TV man's fully maxed out at this point in time. Regardless of that, we got a ball in the lava. We got another toilet boss coming out. We do have the glitch. So wave 40, we have 7 of our favorite. I can't speak! We should have the glitch toilet coming out, and I wonder how the classic cameraman is comparing directly to that of the server TV man right now. And it looks like the glitch actually did get kind of cooked. 1.5 million HP, 1 point, no problem. The classic cameraman is single-handedly proving the allegations correct as to why it's such a broken unit right now. And, well, I wouldn't say broken, but more so, you know, controversial. Especially controversial considering how easy it was to get compared to the clock spider. Yeah, ouch. All right, I'll see you guys at the giant smooth operator. All right, wave 40 just started. I'm curious to see how well these surfer boys handle up against the glitch toilet. As you can see, we're still not close to having every single one placed down, but we are absolutely drowning out everything that's spawning right now. I just placed a surfer over lava, and that glitch just got suffocated. This is usually about what we expect. Everything through wave 1 through 40 is like clockwork, and then close to whenever wave 50 starts is where endless mode really starts to ramp up. But as far as wave 40 goes, between the two units, I think you guys can agree in saying that the Surfer TV Man has held up better overall. But there could be something different that happens here coming into wave 50, but I do think I will have all my Surfer TV Mans fully maxed out by then. Catch you closer to wave 50. Going into the churn for the Classic Cameraman, you can tell that things are dramatically ramping up for our fabled hero here today. A bunch of toilets, a lot of things. I'm scared, not really scared. But will the Classic Cameraman be able to survive wave 50? This will be interesting to see. We do have all of the units we have placed down fully maxed out. Obviously not the green laser, he stays at level 3. And I've been trying to put my Classic Cameraman in as optimized as positions as possible. And it looks like the Classic Cameraman are now going to start making their way on the giant smooth toilet. And the giant smooth toilet did actually go down right here. At this point in time, I would say the only complaint that I have with the Classic Cameraman, or the reason why I think it's going to lose pretty fast, is that its splash isn't able to fully take advantage of its splash damage with a lot of the strong toilets coming in the back. So basically, every single new wave, it's just going to get harder and harder and harder for the Classic Cameraman to kill, much similar to the single attack, because so many of these toilets are just going to get so strong that the splash range just isn't going to hit those toilets. For example, something like the Sigma or the Mew would be hitting these toilets right now, but the Classic Cameraman can't do that because they have to focus on what's right in front of their faces. Regardless of that, they handle a 10 million HP toilet, but things are looking pretty grim right now. We got two more two more Classic Cameraman that we can place down, but at this point in time, it does not look like it's going to help. The Classic Cameraman is getting I just choked on a bone. Getting completely overwhelmed right now. I don't think there's anything the Classic Cameraman can do to dig themselves out of this hole right now. Also, on top of this, they are super weak to getting stun. I don't think the Classic Cameraman has any stun protection, which makes sense. He's a Classic Cameraman. What would Classic know about defending against skibbity toilets? And we are not going to compare these two units on the wave. We are going to compare them based solely on the time. And with that being said, the Classic Cameraman locks itself in at a modest 1957, which is basically 20 minutes, but we're going to say 1957. All right, let's see if they basically made the same exact unit in the Surfer, or if the Surfer's actually different. And my toilet tower defense just crashed at wave 50. Nice! That is extremely disappointing, honestly. I was really excited to see how far the Surfer got. But it looked like the Surfer was starting to struggle a little bit. But if I had to guess, I think these units would have ended up doing exactly the same. I mean, what it really boils down to is what their blast range is. If anything, the Classic Cameraman edges the Surfer by a tad, but maybe you guys have to figure out for yourselves. But the Surfer TV Man, in the grand scheme of things, is essentially just a worse clock spider. When you compare these two units side by side, it doesn't seem like there's much of a difference. It actually looks like the Surfer TV Man's better, but trust me, it's not. The clock spider's better in almost every way, shape, and form. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and did they just literally make the same unit again? And I was about to say the hashtag of the video, but my game literally crashed. So put down in the comments, hashtag Skeleton Army Strong. Hashtag Skeleton Army Strong will get you a free signed unit. I'll give the Surfer TV Man to someone for free. So make sure you guys do that. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. We are trying to get to 100,000 by the end of the year. Either way, without further ado, I will see you guys all again tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching, and bye!